Hi everyone, this is Norma with All My Crafts, and today I have my very first crochet tutorial that I will be doing. I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful dress that will fit an American Girl doll or any 18-inch doll. And this is a very easy and simple pattern that I've simplified, and as long as you know how to do some basic crochet stitches, you should be able to make this dress. The stitches that I will be using are a chain stitch, single crochet, half double crochet, and a double crochet. So if you can do those, you'll be able to make this dress. Let me show you the materials that we will be using today. I am using this Red Heart Super Saver stripe yarn, and it's called Retro Stripes or Retro Stripe, and it is a size 4 medium weight yarn. And we will also be using a crochet hook size G. Okay, so let's get started and let me show you how to make this. So to start with, we are going to create a slip knot. So to do that, I'm going to give my crochet hook a little twist. I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to pull through and give it a tug, and that creates the slip knot. Now we're going to do a chain of 32. So to start, we're going to yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through. So we need a total of 32 chains. Okay, so it's that simple. Yarn over and pull through. Okay, so I will meet you back here when I have a chain of 32. So here we have a chain of 32. So we're going to start our first row, and we are going to do a half double crochet in the second chain. So we're going to skip this first one. We're going to go to the second stitch and do a half double crochet. So to do a half double crochet, we're going to yarn over, insert the hook in the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3. And that's our first half double crochet. And we're going to do 4 more half double crochets in the next 4 stitches. So we'll have a total of 5 half double crochets. So this is our 1. So that's number 2 because we did 1 here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5. Okay. So now in the next stitch, we are going to do a cluster of 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. In the next 5 stitches, we're going to do a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In the next stitch, we're going to do a cluster of 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. In the next 7 stitches, we're going to do a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, in the next stitch we're going to do a cluster of 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Now in the next 5 stitches, we're going to do a half double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, in the next stitch, we're going to create a cluster of 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. In the next 5 stitches, we're going to do a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we finish row number 1. Now we're going to do, at the end of row number 1, we're going to do a chain 1. And we're going to turn our work over and start row number 2. And in the next 6 stitches, we are going to do a half double crochet, starting with this first one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, in the next stitch, we're going to do a cluster of 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. This is number 2 and number 3. In the next 7 stitches, we're going to do a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. In the next stitch, we're going to do a cluster of 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. 2 and 3. In the next 9 stitches, we're going to do a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and number 9. In the next stitch, we're going to do a cluster of 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. In the next 7 stitches, we're going to do a half double crochet. 1. Let me try that again. I don't think I did that right. That's number 2. Number 3. 4. 5. 6, and 7. This is number 7. Now in the next stitch, we're going to do a cluster of 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. In the next 6 stitches, we're going to do a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6 right here. So we finished round number 2, and this is what it's looking like. Okay, sorry, there we go. So we're going to start row number 3, but again at the end of row number 2, we're going to do a chain 1, turn our work, and start row number 3. Okay, so in the next 7 stitches, we're going to do a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and number 7. In the next stitch, we're going to do a cluster of 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. It's 2 and 3. In the next 9 stitches, we're going to do a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. In the next stitch, we're going to do a cluster of 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. In the next 11 stitches, we're going to do a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. In the next stitch, we're going to do a cluster of 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. That's number 2 and number 3. In the next 9 stitches, we're going to do a half double crochet. Let me fix that because that didn't come out right. So this is the cluster. This is the third one for the cluster. Now we're going to do 9 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The next stitch, we're going to do a cluster of 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. The next 7 stitches, we're going to do a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and number 7. Okay, so we finished round number 3. Let me show you what it's looking like. Okay, so this is the back of the dress. This is going to be the side and where the armholes will be, and then this is the front of the dress. So again, at the end of row 3, we're going to do a chain 1 and turn our work over and start row number 4. Okay, to do row number 4, in the next 9 stitches, we're going to create a half double crochet. You see how this came up here? So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to redo that. You can either snip it off or redo it, but I'm going to redo it. Sorry about that. This is going to just take a little bit of more time, but I'm going to redo this here. And we had 7 half double crochets here. Okay, so I'm going to chain my 1, turn my work over, and in the next 9 stitches we're going to do a half double crochet, starting with this first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so now we are going to create the armhole. So to do that, we are going to chain 5. So we have 9 half double crochets here. We're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And what we're going to do now is we're going to skip 11 stitches, and in the 12th stitch we're going to do a half double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So in this 12th one right here, we're going to do a half double crochet. Okay, and that created our armhole right here. So now we're going to work along this row here, and this is the front of the dress. Okay, so including this one here, we should have a total of 15 half double crochets. So this is counting as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so now at this point we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to do again what we did for the other side. We're going to skip 11 stitches, and in the 12th one we're going to do a half double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So in this 12th one we're going to create a half double crochet. Okay, and that created our second armhole. Okay, so now we're going to work across this way, and this is the back of the dress, and we should have a total of 9 half double crochets going across here. This is counting as number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and number 9. Okay, so we've completed row number 4. And that's what we have. So here we go. This is the front and the back. So now we're going to start row number 5. And to do that, well, at the end of row number 4, we're going to do a chain 1, turn our work, and in row number 5, all we're going to do is half double crochets across. So I'm going to start with the first one here and do a half double crochet. 1, 2. Now at the end of this row, you should have a total of 43 half double crochets. So you want to make sure that you count your stitches and that you have 43 half double crochets. Now when you get to this part here, you got to be careful because this is like the back right here. I normally take the chain 5 and kind of twist it forward so that I could see my stitches. Okay, because if you're not careful at this point here, you could miss a stitch and you will not have 43 half double crochets at the end here. So you have to be very careful at this point here. So I will meet you here at the end of this row. Here we are at the end of row 5, so I'm just going to finish this row, and I'm going to do my half double crochet and the last one right here. So again, at the end of row 5, you should have a total of 43 half double crochets going across. Okay, so we're getting ready to start row number 6. And to start row number 6, we're going to do a chain of 3, 1, 2, and 3. And this is counting as our first double crochet for row number 6. Okay, so this stitch here is part of this chain 3, so we're not going to do anything with that stitch. We're going to skip to the second stitch, we're going to skip over that one, and we're going to go into the third stitch, and we're going to do a 2 double crochets in that stitch. So we're going to do 1 and 2 double crochets right in that stitch. So we have a double crochet and then skipped 1, and then in the next stitch we did 2 double crochets in the same space. So again, we're going to skip this one, go into the next one, and do 2 double crochets in the same space. Okay. So now we're going to skip this one, go to the next one, and do 2 double crochets. So this is row number 6, and I'm going to continue to do this all the way around. Okay, so I'll meet you here at the end of row number 6. Here we are at the end of row 6, so I'm going to finish this. So I'm going to skip this one, go to this one, and do 2 double crochets here. And then in the very last stitch, we are going to do a double crochet, just one. Okay, so that's the end of row number 6, and let me show you what the dress is looking like. It's the front and the back. Okay, so now we are going to start row number 7. Okay, so we're here at the end of row 6, so I'm going to do my chain 3, which is going to count as our first double crochet in row number 7. So now we're going to skip over to the 2 double crochets we crocheted here in the previous row, and in between those 2 double crochets we're going to do 2 double crochets again, 1 and 2. So we're going to repeat the same thing we did in the previous row. Between these 2 stitches right here, we're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. So we're going to repeat this all the way around, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Okay, so I will meet you at the end of this row. I am at the end of row number 7, so I'm going to finish this row with the 2 double crochets in this stitch and then a double crochet in the last one. So we're going to do the double crochet in the top of this 3rd chain that we did in the previous row. Okay, so we're done with row number 7. So let me show you what the dress is looking like. Okay, it's coming along really good, and that's the back of the dress. So now we are going to do row number 8. So again, at the end of row number 7, I'm going to do my chain 3 here. 1. Nope, this has, I guess, a little knot in here. Sometimes that happens with your yarn. So that's 1. Try to get that in. 2 and 3. Okay. And don't worry about that. I'll try to sew that in there somehow. Okay. So now we're going to go to, again, repeat the same thing like we did at the previous row. Between these 2 double crochets, we're going to do 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. So we're going to just repeat the same thing that we did in the previous row. 2 double crochets in between these 2 stitches. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And I will meet you back here at the end of this row. So here I am at the end of row number 8, so I'm just going to finish this row with 2 double crochets in the same space here. And then in the last stitch here, or in the chain 3, the top of the chain 3, we're going to do 1 double crochet. Okay, so now we're going to close these 2 ends. We're going to do a slip stitch from to this opposite end right here. So we're going to go to this top of the chain 3. Okay, now this does get a little bit twisted there, so you want to make sure that you grab it correctly. So at the top of the chain number 3 right here, we're going to do a slip stitch, and that closes the dress right here. Okay, so let's look at it. It's the front, and then this is the back. Okay, so we've just completed row number 8. We're going to start row number 9. So to start row number 9, again, we're going to do a chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And again, between these 2 stitches right here, okay, this is our double crochet. So between these 2 stitches and these 2 stitches, we're going to do 2 double crochets again. Kind of the same thing we've been doing in the previous rows. So 2 double crochets. So between these stitches, 2 double crochets. So we're going to repeat this all the way around. And let me try this again. I don't like the way that's looking. 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. And we're going to repeat this all the way around, and I will meet you here at the end of row number 9. I am at the end of row number 9, so I'm going to finish with my 2 double crochet in the same space here. And then the very last one right here, we're going to do just 1 double crochet. Okay, and we're going to slip stitch to the top of the 3rd chain where we started the row. So now we have the stitch here, and then the double crochet we ended and the double crochet we started with, and then of course our stitch there. Okay, so now we are going to do row, and this was I think 10. Let me count again. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So we're starting row number 10. So to do that, we are going to chain 4. 1 2 3 and 4. And this is counting as the chain 3 is counting as a double crochet and then a chain 1, and then right here between these 2 stitches, now this again is the double crochet we ended with, and this is the double crochet we started the row with. So between those 2 stitches in this space here, all we're going to do is create another double crochet. Okay, so we have a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. So now in the next stitch between these 2 right here, we're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. So that's the only thing we're doing different now, is we're adding the chain 1. So right between the stitches, we're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. Between the stitches, double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. So we're going to repeat that all the way to the other side, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. So I'm here at the end of row number 10, and I'm going to finish this with a double crochet, the chain 1. Oop. So you can see in this one I forgot to do the chain 1. Okay, so I'm going to go back and do my double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then here double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet. And now all we're going to do is slip stitch to the top of the 3rd stitch right here. And we have completed row number 10, and let me turn this around so that you can see what the dress is looking like so far in the back. So we're going to start row number 11, and this is going to be the repeating row that we're going to do all the way to the end. So to start row number 11, all we're going to do is a slip stitch and do a chain 4, 1 2 3 and 4, and do a double crochet. So we're really repeating the same thing we did in row 10. So now in each of these V stitches, we're going to do again double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. So we're going to repeat that all the way around in each row until you reach row number 17. So double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. Okay, so we're going to repeat this same row all the way to the end of row number 17, and I'm going to continue to do that. So I'll meet you here soon. I'm going to do a few more rows, maybe up to 14 or 15, then I'll check in with you so that you can see how it's progressing, and then we'll finish off at row number 17 with again this same stitch here, just repeating this row, double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. And I will meet you here soon. I'm back to show you where I'm at. I'm at row number 15 on the dress, so I need to do 2 more rows, but I wanted to show you what it looks like so far. And this is the back of the dress. So I'm going to continue with my next row, and again we're just going to repeat the same thing that we've been doing. I'm going to slip stitch in this first V-stitch, and I'm going to chain 4 to start my new row, and then do a double crochet in the same space, and then we're going to repeat double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. So I'm going to continue doing this, and I will meet you back here at the end of row number 17. So I'm here at the end of row 17, and I'm just going to finish this last stitch here. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then we're going to slip stitch to the third chain on the other side, and we're done with this part of the dress. So we have row number 17 right here completed, and this is what it's looking like, and it's the back of the dress. So now row number 18, we're going to do this trim right here. So to do that, I'm going to slip stitch right here, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And in this stitch right here where we did the chain 3, we're going to do an additional 4 double crochets. So we have a total of 5 double crochets in this stitch. So that's 3, 4, and 5. Now in the next V-stitch, we're going to do a single crochet. I'm going to jump over here, and in this stitch we're going to do 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And in this stitch we're going to do a single crochet. So we're going to repeat this all the way around. Next stitch is next V-stitch, 5 double crochets in the same space. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, in the next stitch we're going to do a single crochet. So I'm going to repeat this going all the way around, and I will meet you at the end of round number 18. So here we are at the end of row number 18, and we did our 5 double crochets in the stitch. So the next one would be to do a single crochet here, and then the 5 double crochets here, but we can't have the 5 double crochets here and then the 5 here. So what I'm going to do just this one time is, we have 2 V-stitches here. We have this V-stitch that has the 5 double crochets, and then we have this one. Okay, so I'm going to do my single crochet in between these 2 stitches, so right here in this hole right here. Okay, so we're going to just do it this one time. It's not going to matter. You're not going to notice it. It's not going to be a big deal. So I did my single crochet there. Now in this stitch, I'm going to do my cluster, or my 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we got 5. So in this last one here, we're going to do a single crochet. Then we're going to slip stitch to the top of the third one, and I'm going to chain 1, pull, and we're going to tug on it so it can get tight, and we're done with the dress. So this is what it's looking like. Okay, now you guys, please leave me a message below, comment, and let me know if this was easy for you to do, because I really tried to simplify it and not make it difficult at all. So this is the front, and this is the back of the dress, and as you can see, that's the opening here, and you will sew your buttons on this, you know, whichever end right here in the back. Okay, so we're done. Let me snip this off right here. Okay, and now we are going to start, and we're going to make this flower right there. Okay, so to make the flower, I am going to use a different crochet hook, so let me get that crochet hook and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and for the flower I'm going to be using a crochet hook size E. And it's not focusing here. I don't know why. Let me try. It's a size E crochet hook. It's a 3.5. I don't know why it's not focusing, but it is an E hook, like I said, 3.5. So we're going to start with a magic circle, and the way that I do the magic circle is I go around my 2 fingers like that. Okay. I take it off and I have a little pinch here. So what I'm going to do now is insert my crochet hook. I'm going to pull up a loop here and I'm going to do a chain 1. Okay. So now in this ring here, we're going to do 12 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, I'm going to drop this to the back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so I'm just going to pull on this just a little bit to tighten it up, not much at this point. Okay, so now we're going to slip stitch to the very first single crochet. So we're going to do a slip stitch. We're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now in that same space where we did the chain 3, in that same space right here, we're going to do 2 more double crochets. So we have a total of 3 of them because we're counting that chain 3 as 1 double crochet. Okay, so now in the next stitch right here, we're going to do a slip stitch. In the next stitch, we're going to do a slip stitch again, and we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And in that same space as the chain 3, we're going to do 2 more double crochets. So we have a total of 3. So in the next stitch, we're going to slip stitch. Next stitch, we're going to slip stitch again and chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And in the same space, we're going to put 2 more double crochets. So we're going to repeat this all the way around. So we should have a total of 6 petals. Next one, slip stitch. Next one, slip stitch and chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then 2 double crochets in that same space. 1 and 2. Next stitch, we're going to slip stitch again, and chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to do 2 more double crochets in that same space. Slip stitch in the next one, and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then 2 more double crochets in the same stitch. Okay, now we're going to slip stitch, and all I'm going to do now is I'm going to slip stitch to where we started the chain 3. So I'm going to slip stitch right here. Okay, then I'm going to do a chain, and I'm going to pull, and I'm going to tug on it because we're going to cut off our end there. So this is what we have right now. Okay, so now all we're going to do is this end right here, we're going to pull on it, and it's going to close this ring up. So that's all I'm doing is pulling on it as tight as I want it. And as you can see, it closed it up, and this is our flower right here, our 6-petal flower. So let me cut this off here. Okay. And all you're going to do is this string right here, you're going to put it through the back right here so that it goes to the middle, and then you're going to use this to tie it onto the dress. Okay, so this is the flower. And again, if you want it to be a little more tighter, you can definitely pull on it. And look how easy that was. So this will go on the dress right here. Let me try to bunch that up so you don't see it, but it's going to go right there on the dress. And we are done with the dress and the flower. Now, sometimes I do like to put a little piece of bling here, maybe like an acrylic gem or something you could put right in the center. So I always do that to my dresses. So that's something optional if you wanted to do. Also, too, if you wanted to do something further with the sleeves, you could definitely crochet around the sleeves and do a little ruffle or some kind of other stitching. That's totally up to you, but I just like leaving them like this. I think it's just perfect as is like this. And I also wanted to share with you that I will be doing some more videos. I made this purse here for this outfit here, so I will be doing a tutorial on how to make this purse for your American Girl doll. And also too, I will be showing you how to make these little shoes for your American Girl doll, and they're a Mary Jane shoe. Very easy and simple, and it's not difficult at all. So I'm going to show you how to make these shoes as well in another video, and I will show you how to make a crown for your American Girl doll. Trying to see if I have a sample here. This is not for this dress, but I wanted to show you what the crown looks like. This is what the crown looks like, and we will be making one of these as well for this outfit, so you will have a complete set. You'll have a dress, a purse, shoes, and a crown for your doll. So again, today was only on the dress, and stay tuned. Please subscribe to my channel, and you will see the other videos coming soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, this was my very first crochet tutorial, so please let me know what you think of this pattern. Hopefully you found it easy to do just like me, and I'd love to hear from you. So that's it for today. Thank you everyone, and have a great day. Bye.